Hey guys, it's Chris here from Chris's Creative Life, and I design workshops that help you create beautiful projects from start to finish with easy to follow guides. So happy Friday, everyone. So I'm finally back. I'm finally at my desk again, and we're going to create something super cute today. So I'm going to create this card live with you right now. And some people might realize why I picked this card or this set of products for this card. Today is May 31st, 2024. And today is the last day for the extra promotion with Stampin' Up! For joining Stampin' Up! You get a selection of 4 of the In Clour products with as part of your starter kit right now for free. So if you are interested in joining my team, the link is in the description above. And I'll just tell you, it's a fun place to be. So let's get my desk added in here. And I will show you the wide array of things that I have here on my desk. So let's add. If anybody has any questions along the way, make sure to add them into the comments. They will not show up for me instantaneously. I will watch for them, but sometimes there's like a huge delay. If I happen to miss your question, don't worry. I will come back and answer it later. If you're in Canada and looking for products or interested in joining my team, my new website with Stampin' Up! Is chrisrobertson.stampinup.net. And if you want to know basically any more information about me, there's tons of stuff on my blog at chrisscreativelife.com. Okay, I'm going to add my desk in here. You're going to see my keyboard because there's a lot of extra steps these days with getting everything going. Okay, so for whoever does not know or hasn't heard, I was in London for a week. It took me 3 days to get home. That's a super long story. But while I was gone, this showed up on my doorstep and I was super excited to get it. I actually thought I had placed an order for it earlier and was going to get to play with it earlier, but it didn't come until I was gone. And it was funny because apparently my husband, when he does laundry, it takes 4 days and he doesn't fold it. So when I came home, literally my whole dining room table was covered with baskets of laundry, not folded, by the way, also. And I literally could hardly find my Stampin' Up! Boxes in there, but I was super excited to find this one in here. So this is called Attention Shoppers. And even if I don't buy anything, I do actually love to shop. So I will show you where it is in the annual idea book. So for whoever has not seen, this is the May 2024 to April 2025 annual idea book from Stampin' Up! I'm gonna catch myself every once in a while still, just so you all know. So you can buy the products separately or they are a bundle. And like when I was looking at them, I was thinking, oh, I want to make this card too. I like this one. So maybe we will make that a different day. But this one, because I like it because the shopping carts are different colors. And I didn't actually think about doing that. I made my shopping cart just silver. But that's okay. We can do that too. Because it reminds me more of what I guess a real shop. Well, no, because I guess they're like plastic, right? So they could be any color. Anyway, it is on page 65 in the annual idea book. If you're one of my VIPs and have ordered this month, you will get an idea book in your order. Just so you know, which was very nice because that's not something that they normally do. So that was just for any of my VIPs that transfer over that then in turn placed an order during the month of May. I think you have to turn the light up a little bit. Okay, that's a little bit better. It's actually, oh, it's kind of sunny here. So I, of course, because of that promotion, decided, so the promotion about joining Stampin' Up! During the month of May. Today's the last day, don't forget. Okay, I'm going to move this to the side and give me 1 second. Because I left my flyer on the printer, of course, which is just outside my office door. But so when I decided to create a card, I thought, oh, well, wouldn't it be fun to use the new In Clour stuff? Because these are the 4 products you get added to your starter kit for free. So you get the 2024 to 2026 In Clour Classic Stampin' Pad bundle. You get the papers, so we're going to use this. So this is a super cute little stack. So they're 6x6 papers, which are kind of perfect for cards, but don't discount them for scrapbooking layouts because you can totally use them for scrapbooking layouts. But this is fun concept. So it's like a little stack of papers here, and for each color, so each of the In Clours, they have the same papers. So there's this one with like the flowers and the leaves on it. And you get, I think, 4 of each sheet, if I'm not mistaken. Correct. And then on the back of this one is this really pretty pinstripe. And then there's this fun pattern here, which I don't even know what you would call it. Yeah, I don't know what you'd call it. And then on the back side is the circles, which I have to say, I actually like the circles and the stripes the most. Those are my favorite patterns. But so there's 4 sheets of both patterns for each of the 5 colors. So there is, oh, look at this. So this one, the pink is called Pretty in Pink. The peach color is called Peach Pie. The green color, so same pieces of paper, right, is Shy Shamrock. The purple color is a Petunia Pop. And then the bluish color is called Summer Splash. So I think they're kind of all pretty, and they really go very well together, all of them. So like I said, we are going to create this fun card with some of the products. So let's just pick these all up off my desk. No, Leanne, you have not missed much. So it is also funny the way that I have to do it now. So I do have like a second screen open because I cannot see certain things anymore. So that's just the way it is. That's not going to change. So I do actually have, because normally I used to be able to like see my chat and then I could actually put your comments on the screen and stuff, but I can't do that anymore. So we're just going with it the way it is. So this, when I needed an idea of what I was going to do, this was actually an old sketch for my newsletter, but I adapted it, right, for today's project. So we're going to use this stack. Now I'm going to stand. I actually think, too, this stamp set would be super cute on a layout. Okay, so I've talked about this. I've showed you the stack. I did do some pre-stamping because there's lots of steps along the way. Here is the stamp set. And some of the other things that I did grab is I have the In Clour resin dots. So we're going to use those as our embellishment. I have the Stampin' Blends in the colors we're going to use because I decided to color all the fun little things in the shopping cart with those same colors. So and I stamped those ahead of time so that they dried so we could color. So I've stamped them with Memento ink. I did want to show you, so as part of one of the 4 items that you get right now, you get the Stampin' Write markers. So these are the In Clour markers, and they're water-based dye ink. So they're different than the Stampin' Blends. It's more like a marker, right? So I'm just going to set those things aside because we're done with that. We do need our embellishments though, and we do need our card. So I just have like a white daisy card base. All my stuff is like falling over. But okay, so I'm going to move my stamp set there. And I used every single icon from this stamp set. So I just have like a standard A2 size card base. Okay. And then I have a piece of Summer Splash, and I could not resist embossing it. Oh, but look at that. I cut it the wrong size. Okay. Well, that's fine. We're going to have to then cut our piece a little bit smaller. It is supposed to be the same size as our card base. So that is a mistake. This one you can see is the same size. So when I do my stamping, so I did a little background. We're going to make our own piece of paper there. I'll have to cut it down. But so, because I love this eyelet 3D embossing folder. That's what I use for the Summer Splash. So I'm just going to add that to my card base first. Then we will do our stamping. So that's totally funny. I'm not really sure even how that happened. But, and you hardly see any of it, but that's okay. Good morning, Pauline. Okay, so I have my Summer Splash ink. Let me see if this piece is the same size. Yes, it is. Okay. Sorry. So we're going to open this up. And I have all of my stamps already on blocks right here. And we're just going to kind of make our own decorative paper. And then don't let me forget, I'm going to have to cut it down. So I'm not really sure why I have this piece. This is the same. Well, I have an extra one in case we make a mistake. Yes, I could blame jet lag for sure on everything. That is for sure. Between that and it taking me 3 days to actually get home, I'm sure I could blame it on a lot of things. It was like brain fog here for a couple of days. Okay, so there, like I said, I grabbed every single one of these, and they're all on a block. I did not use the shopping cart though, because I cut that out. And I'm just going to create my own piece of paper here. So I'm going to start with one of the bigger images. So I'm going to start with the cake. Yeah, so I did purchase the We Are Memory Keepers glass mat, and I'll tell you why. So the one thing that I have noticed about stamping with images with Stampin' Up versus Close to My Heart is that you have to be way gentler because of the surface of the ink pad, right? And I have obviously always stamped on Versamats. The issue with my Versamats is that they are, it's not dirty, and it's not because I washed them, but I still have like bumps and grooves, right, from cutting on top of them. So I'm going to just try this. I'm not committing to this. I have heard rumor that the Stampin' Up glass mat might come back in the fall, but that's just a rumor. Do not quote me on that. I've just heard that. So, and when I create my own piece of paper here, I am just going to like make sure they're all going in different directions. I'll use a few of the bigger ones, images, and then tuck in the smaller ones. And so this is just the We Are Memory Keepers, because as far as shipping in Canada, like I couldn't find one that I could easily get, because nobody wants to ship glass, really, right? If you think about it. So we'll try this. So that's like a long story to just tell you I needed a new smooth surface. But I can see that there's like bad glare from my light. So we'll just have to see how this all goes. So I'm just filling in some of the bigger images first. And obviously part of it's going to get covered up, right? So you don't have to worry too much about it. And I'm just kind of tucking them all in. And you do want to make sure some are going in the right direction. Pauline says, I purchased a glass mat recently from a craft show. I love mine. I actually think too, I could have just put down a sheet of glass, but because of the timing and the way everything happened, this was like the fastest, easiest way for me. Okay, and I just want a scrap piece of paper. I know I can clean it up, but I'm also, because I'm not using it necessarily for the lines, right? And my table underneath is super beat up, right? From pushing stuff across it all the time. And it's literally worn down from demoing and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just trying to make, and I love this bottle. Just look at that. The little glass like champagne bottle or wine bottle. So I'm not going to color these images, but it would also look super cute colored. So I do, like I said, I think that the set is actually kind of perfect for a scrapbooking layout too. So we might just see that coming later. So, right, I'm just making sure that some of them are off the page so that it looks like it's just a fluid piece of paper. Okay, so in Canadian dollars, it was like with tax and everything, it was $50. It was just from Michael's, guys. So there was some sort of 30% off that worked. So, and if you don't like to stamp upside down, then you can just flip your piece of paper upside down. Okay, so because these are the biggest ones, I'm going to try and squish some more of them in. $20, that's a good deal. Like I said, I needed to be able to do it on one of my errands in refilling my refrigerator this week. So on one of the times I went out in like the torrential rain we've had this week, I was able to stop and get it, which was handy, right? So. But I will say, I think that one of the biggest things is to be gentle, because it's like like anything, right? When you start to play with the new product, no matter what it is, it's just kind of getting the right feel for it. Even if it's like a product line, right? So if, let's say a collection used to include whatever, 2 pieces of paper and a 4x6 sticker sheet, right? If they change that, it makes a difference as to how you play with the products. So, just trying to pay attention and random stamp. I think we can put a bottle over here nicely. So I don't know if I actually finished one of my thoughts, but when you're creating your own piece of paper too, it would be neat to kind of just highlight some of the images on here. They're super easy to color. You're going to see I'm going to color them in a second. But they're kind of fun. I have to say, guys, I am actually having so much fun playing with new product. It's kind of like not reinvigorating, but it's fun. A creative challenge is always fun, right? So playing with new products, learning things about new products. Good morning, Gay. Is always fun. I love it. Okay, so I think I just need something here. Like super. Look how you cannot tell me that that would not be great on a scrapbooking layout. Seriously. Okay, we just have to figure. Oh, maybe I'll do the flowers up in the corner. Okay, so now we are going to trim this because, like I said, jet lag mistake. And I would pull it back out, but I actually had cleaned and just cut a new piece and embossed a new piece, but I had actually put everything away. So I'm just kind of, I know. I also think like, and you could totally change it up, right? Depending on whatever like color palette. Now I'm really thinking we're going to have to do a layout. And these would make great things to add to a scrapbooking layout. Okay, I think I can get rid of this now. Just going to shove this over here. We're going to close up my ink pad. So the one thing is you guys will see I'm going to get way messier. Especially because they're new, right? The ink pads are super juicy. So I do have a big old huge, I had to also buy new wipes because of my mess. Okay, so I am going to trim this down. So let me get my trimmer. Also have to say, I do love the Stampin' Up! Trimmer. So much more than the Fiskars trimmer. So let's trim off from this side, I think. I actually probably could have taken off less, but I do want the, I know. See, it's fun. You don't really realize what you don't know or don't know how to use until you have it. Okay, and literally I could put this on anyway. So on this one, obviously this panel is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and then this one is just 1/4 inch smaller. So we're going to have 2 versions. That's okay. 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 And honestly, I actually just like the card just this way too. But like you could just like slap a sentiment on that and say, call it done too, right? So the other thing that I do love is I do love this set of thin cuts. So when I was looking for a circle, so this is like from the Spotlight on Nature's Die. Like these are also awesome for scrapbooking because look how big the biggest one goes, right? So this is like 4 inches. So this is perfect for scrapbooking. And I love the fact that, so for example, which one did I use? I think I used this one, which is about just slightly less than 3 inches. But look, you have 2 that you can pick from that are the same size. So I picked this one with all the lines around the outer edge. And I love the fact that it's not cutting that. It's just adding texture basically. Okay, so just a sec. I just have to move this out of the way or I'm going to actually knock something else over. Okay, so Leanne's asking, what do you think of the seal adhesive? I've never been a fan and won't use it. Okay, so I actually don't mind it. So there's 2 different ones, right? So there's just the regular stamp and seal, and then there's the plus one. And okay, I'll tell you what so the plus one is like little tiny pieces, right? Versus this is like a running line. So I think and you know what? It's the same as getting used to, right? Different stamping, different ink pad. It's just a different, like even the way I hold it is probably different. It kind of reminds me of the old Tombow. Not this one, but the one we had before with Close to My Heart. That's kind of what it reminds me of. And I think that you just have to, like, so I'm not a fan of liquid glue. I'm too messy. Lots of people can make cards with liquid glue. I can't, and I don't know if that's because I came to the industry from the scrapbooking industry, and so I'm used to tape runner or like that kind of adhesive. So I have a hard time with glue. Lots of people can do glue, no problem. So I have to just figure out how to correctly operate for myself the tape runner. I'm not sure if that really is helpful or makes sense, but I'm not really had a problem with it. I think that part of it, I can put those behind me now, is that just getting used to like using it and then kind of slightly pulling over. So let's just see here. So I'll show you what I mean. So I have this piece of the Petunia Puff, and I do believe it is 4x2. So when I use it, and I will say, I think it kind of reminds me of the old, an old CM1 too, right? So it's just a matter of getting used to everything. And I don't have a problem holding on to it. So I just like push it down and pull it to the side, and that's enough to break the glue. And if it doesn't start, right, you just kind of start it and move it to the side. Start it, move it to the side. Start it, move it to the side, and it kind of almost rips it. Not rips it, but rips the, yeah, it rips the adhesive kind of. But just be gentle, like you don't want to be like crazy with it. Okay, so we have that piece. Then I have my green piece here, which is this one actually, I think, yes, is Lost Lagoon. So it's 1 1/4 by 3 1/2. And I'm going to add that to my card. It's the one with the botanicals on the back. And if you kind of go back and forth, really, well, maybe they've changed it slightly. I have no idea. It does, for sure, getting used to an adhesive is hard. Absolutely. So I'm going to just add this one here. And then I have a piece of the Pretty in Pink, and we're going to stamp our sentiment on it. And I have happy birthday. And okay, so one of the other things that I love is I love when they like mix and match the like fonts. So shopping is always a good idea, which is true. Like I said, even though I don't necessarily always buy a lot of stuff, I do like to shop. Treat yourself. Thanks, just for you. So on the inside of this card, I think I added this. We're not going to do it today because I forgot to actually cut another cake. But so I just stamped it also with the Summer Splash, and then I colored one of the little cakes and put on the inside. I thought it would be, this is a great stamp set too for a gift card holder, right? Okay. So let's just put our sentiment on here. And if it doesn't work for you, then use something else, right? For sure. So I actually originally tried my sentiment over on this side, and I didn't like it. So I moved it to the other side, and it kind of just made the perfect spot for the bottom of the cart to sit. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so we have our coloring, our circle. Okay, so I'm going to add my circle, and then I'm going to glue my cart together. So we're just going to add the circle right about here. I'm going to add my sentiment. Hopefully that's dry. I'm surprised that you didn't find one worked better than the other, because lots of times they're really different, right? So like the plus. Okay, so here we go. We're going to trim this just a little bit because I cut down that other piece, right? So lots of times I find when people are used to like a continuous tape, so the seal is just a continuous tape versus the seal plus is the little tiny pieces. I find that lots of times people favor one over the other. Oh, and there's adhesive on here already. So let's not get it stuck down to my trimmer crooked. I was going to trim it just a little bit so that it sits properly. But yes, adhesive when you're crafting is something you do not want to be frustrated with, seriously. Okay, so that puts that the same size as this. I don't know, maybe I'll just offset it just a little bit because I don't want it the same size. Okay, so then I need to glue my shopping cart together. So I just added a little bit and not there. It was on, you need to do it on the other side, Chris. On the top, obviously. Sorry, it is. We're going to put it over here to dry, because now that I have a surface that does, so that is exactly what's wrong with my Versamats, right? Is that quite often I glue on top of them. So they have like little bumps and stuff, so I don't have a smooth surface anymore on them. So that's what I thought I would try, the glass mat. Okay, so now we're going to color really, I'm going to try and color it quickly. So, and I picked all the same In Clours, and I just did super, oh look, I don't actually need the cake for the outside. I didn't put it in the shopping cart, so maybe we will put it on the inside. But I'm going to sit back down to color. Okay. And I just really picked all the colors that were In Clours. So I did the bottle, Shy Shamrock. So because these markers, the Summer Splash and the Shy Shamrock are kind of close, the caps, I have to be careful here. So I did the bottle, Shy Shamrock. Actually, I did not. I think I did it Summer Splash, but that's okay. This bottle is going to be Shy Shamrock. And then I'm just going to go in with a little bit of dark. So I should have actually started to color in the same. This looks more like champagne though, I think, with the green. Oh, so cute. Okay, and then the cork, I did pecan pie. And that's it for that. And then the label, I did Petunia Pop. It's a light one. And then let's do Pretty in Pink, the dark for the label. So I do have to say too, I love, okay, so there's a few things that I'm thoroughly enjoying. I'm thoroughly enjoying an annual idea book. I'm sure you guys have heard me say this before. I am thoroughly enjoying that the In Clours are 2 years also. That's very nice. So you don't kind of have to worry too much about like investing in something that's going to disappear in a few months. Like something big, right? Like a stamp pad or a marker. And these are brand new, so they are very juicy. So I just did like the paper wrapping in the Pretty in Pink. And then my flowers are Peach Pie and Petunia Pop. And I just thought they were very spring alike, right? So and you could do them all sorts of different colors too. And you could very easily just change the color scheme. Oh, I need a little bit of pink inside there. Right in here. And I did not do any sort of complicated coloring because these are all just going to get tucked into the shopping cart, right? So, okay, and then a peach pie. My shopping cart is almost dry. Okay, so I used the silver foil paper, but like I said, I did really love the idea of just using the cardstock colors in the idea book. When I looked back at when I opened it up to mark the page for the stamp set, because lots of times, right, shopping carts are plastic on top and then metal on the bottom, right? So this is just going to go right here. And now I'm just going to do my peach pie flowers. Because the markers are new, I do find, so these are the alcohol based ones. So I find that they are very juicy, so be gentle. It's the same as the ink, right? So now I'm going to do my little plant here too. So when I was coloring, and I actually did my bottle in the Summer Splash, what I was kind of going for in my cart was I kind of wanted all the colors represented in the cart. So and then I'm going to paper piece this. So I'm actually going to change that tissue paper from the peach pie to the Summer Splash, so we get all our colors going in there. So I'm going to do the pot here with peach pie, and then the little band with petunia pop. So color way back from where you think you should be is basically what I'm saying, until a little bit of the ink runs through your markers. So let's do the light Shy Shamrock. I'm going to do my brush tip, and then I am going to just add a little bit of the dark in the bottom and the middle of the leaves. Like that. And then I'm going to use the other tip. Oops, not the brush tip. This one, the bullet tip, and just add a little bit darker at the bottom. Okay, so then we have, like I said, I have my little shopping bag. So I'm going to do my tissue this time because I did my bottle the other color. So I just wanted to have kind of all of them there. So I'm going to do the light Summer Splash. And I'm just going to use my brush tip. So I just stamped an extra shopping bag here, and we're going to just paper piece it because I thought this pattern, that pattern that I don't know what to call it, looked kind of like what you would get, like use one of those fabric recyclable bags. So we're going to just paper piece it together. Okay, and you can see, right, I've stayed away from my edges, and I'm just going to go back in and fill in a little bit. I'm assuming once my markers are not so brand new, I will not, like that won't happen, right? So I'm going to add just a little bit of the darker in where things should be darker. Okay, so then I'm going to just fussy cut out my bag very quickly. Like I said, because of the promotion and the new in colors, I thought that we would just start with that, right? So I'm just cutting right on the lines because I'm going to add them on top of my piece that I've stamped. I'm going to just cut out my handles by just poking. Absolutely. So Leon's saying the Seal Plus is designed when you need extra steel, not steel, seal, like for bags and boxes. And also there's like the, like I said, I can't do glue. Lots of people can do glue. And so if you can do glue, that works too. Okay, I'm going to actually, so I have my pickup tool and my, oh my goodness, my blade just fell out. We do not need to have a crafting accident on camera. That would be bad, right? Oh my goodness, there we go. Okay, so I can just, it's the other end, Chris. There we go. So I just want to cut out the little middle here. You probably don't even need to, but there we go. Okay, let's lock that back in. I don't need my X-Acto knife anymore. We need to cover that up so we don't have an accident, you guys. That would be bad. I've actually only cut myself on camera one time, and it was with a pair of scissors. But they were very sharp, so that was bad. So this looks crooked. There we go. Okay. So now I think I have all my stuff for my shopping cart. Okay, so like how stinking cute is that little shopping bag? Okay, so we have our 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces to go into our shopping cart. And I will show you what I did. So I actually added my pieces first. Oh, this is the cake for the inside. Let's just, we'll color it quickly. So we're just going to do the candles I did with peach pie. And then my stripes were petunia pop. You. And then my cake was pretty in pink. Okay, I need a sip of lemonade. We're calling it summer now. Okay. So then, pretty in pink. And like I said, I did not do any fancy coloring, guys. I did do a little tiny bit of shadowing though. This is my dark one, right? Nope, that's my light one. Okay, there we go. So all our coloring is done. Look, I've got an extra champagne bottle and an extra shopping bag. So I will just throw those in there. Oh, we need the sentiment for the inside of our card. So I used Just For You. noisy. So I'm going to have to figure out how not to get the light glare. I don't think I can, but I was trying to move my light a little bit so I don't get quite so much of a glare. Okay, so when I did the cake, I did not glue it down. I kind of just set it there. And then I decided where I wanted my sentiment. But I thought this one kind of just went, like, tucked in really nicely with the cake. That's why I picked this one. So there we go. Now we just have our shopping cart. So I found the easiest way to load my shopping cart, because it's quite delicate, right? So I'm going to glue it down, was to put my cart here and then stuff it. Like, decide where I wanted things, adhere them down, and then glued my shopping cart on top. So I'm going to do these two first because they're my outside pieces, right? Because once they're set, then we are good. Okay, so, right, when I touch my shopping cart down, then I can kind of just tuck my shopping bag up about here. Then I'll add my bottle. And then my plant I put right on top. I'm pretty sure that might kill the plant in real life, but that's okay. Before I push it down, right, I'm just going to make sure it's not going past my shopping cart. Okay, and then I did glue my shopping cart down. I probably should have used adhesive sheets. For me, any sort of dry adhesive is way better than me using glue. But like I said, I think it's just because that's what I'm so used to. There we go. And I'm just going to hold this down for a couple of seconds, and then I'll add my embellishments, and then we're all done. And look, we've got two different versions because I cut it wrong. And actually, I don't even mind the trimmed down one, because I think you notice the summer splash a little bit more with the white border. Okay, I'm just gonna leave this on here. So like I said, I did use the resin dots. So I added 5 because we're going to add uneven numbers. So I'll do the 2 up here. First. And I mixed and matched the colors of the dots too. So I think that's dry now. And then I did petunia pop down here at the bottom. And then another shy shamrock over here. There we go. Okay. So there are our two slightly different versions. The one from today and the one, this is the one from today, and this is the one I did beforehand. So like I said, I actually don't mind the white border there. So today is the last day if you are interested in joining Stampin' Up! With the special. So don't forget that. The 4 extra free products. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask me. It's not a big deal. You can either add it into the comments below, you can send me a personal message, or you can email me at chris@chrisscreativelife.com. So I hope you guys all have an awesome day, and we will talk to you later. Thanks, Pauline. So I'll see you later. We'll see you next week. I'm not sure if we're going to do the scrapbooking layout next week, but watch for it because for sure I'm going to do a layout with this stamp set. So have a great day, guys, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.